Hello? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Versing Wukong. So I actually think that you should path top this game link because Wukong cannot gank bot. Like the Veigar, think of the Veigar as like a literal, is literally a minion. Like, yeah, but who's gonna do damage from the cage, right? QE. Like if he level 3 ganks bot, who's gonna do damage? Not the Wukong, because the Soraka's just gonna press E and Q, and she's gonna heal from the Wukong. And also Pyke doesn't do damage; it's just CC, right? So they're all CC, and Wukong only does damage if he free hits for like 10 seconds, because you have heal barrier, right? So and top matchup, there's actually a lot of setup, right, with the roots now into the knockup. So I think that is the first problem with the game, is the misread of matchups. When Veigar gets his lost chapter in level 6, that's when ganking bot will actually work, right? But pre 6, before Veigar has his first base, you should think of him as like a champion that only does damage every 6 seconds, right? His Q is the only thing that does damage. His W is easily dodgeable, right? So basically, yeah, Smolder is exactly the same. Before first base, the guy is not a champion. So any skirmish they take bot, unless they're already winning trades hard, is going to be really hard. Any gank you do for these type of champions when your bot lane is full HP is going to be hard, which they should be, right? They're versing a Pyke Veigar. There's no poke. It's just Veigar wants the last hit with Q, right, on the minions. So so your bot lane should be full HP anyway. Oh yeah, that won't happen. That won't happen unless Rise chooses to chill. But Rise can force the trade. Another thing actually to mention that you should notice as well is whenever a AP matchup versus an AD matchup top, it's all about whether the AD matchup can get tier 2 boots, which is Merc threats, right? But before, what'd you say? No, it's sort of like when Veigar gets Lost Chapter, he can start 1v2ing bot, right? Because he can QW the wave and he has CDR. And he's level 5 usually, right? Which means he's 3 points in his main ability. It's the same with Na, but for items. Once Na has Merc Treads, he can start ignoring the CC, right? So when Rise uses EW and walks away, there's a chance Na can chase him down because he has tier 2 boots plus tenacity, right? So in that sense, Na's weakest point is going to be before Merc Treads. It's the same when Na versus Rankton. Before Ninja Tabbies, his weakest point in the lane is before Ninja Tabs, right? So there's something to be aware of just like top matchups like that, where the top laner needs to get his first base and get second tier boots as fast as possible. Oh yeah, that was a good silence. This was a good ult by you too. Oh, you can't get double stun, right? I'm pretty sure you can't. Look, yeah, that was. You can? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, this would have been a really good EQ, perfect ulti. You stun yourself so you can, kill him after he flashed out of the cage. It's a good plan. Alright, so what are we thinking now? What's going on? Yeah, and then he walked in. Run back ball. What? You ping him to calm down, relax. I've never heard of that. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. Yeah. I thought you would run into the problem of Vega being able to 1v2, but looks like it hasn't come up yet. Because you should not be able to punish this Vega at a certain point. Um, if he can walk up and just Q the wave for free. This is something I want to just talk about, even though it worked. Is your intention here? No, no, not mechanics. So big thing we emphasize, like in general, is meeting on the wave. When you want to make a proactive play, everything revolves around the mini wave, right? The only reason ganks, dives, anything works is because of mini waves, right? But you're not catering towards that. You're pushing the trap topside. Obviously, like here, you're not adjusting your behavior to the mini wave. Yeah, it's about to meet. If Veigar gets the first three, it's already ruined. The wave's already somewhat ruined, right? You can still dive pressure, but he's trimming the wave, which means you get shorter time. If you want to roam, if you want to go into the jungle, whatever the case may be, you've shortened your lifespan on what you can do on this turn, right? And then yeah, it's a cannon wave. You have ult. You can just use it for free, you know? You can just even though you have gold, it doesn't matter because you've got your most important items, right? Eclipse, and you've got well, the two most important things, Eclipse, and you've got Jarvanalt, right? Like look here, you just go around in circles. That's even more time wasted. It's small, but like it's your intention. That's like the main thing I want you to work on. But yeah, you don't have it in mind like from base. I think we've talked about it before together, but this is more exaggerated because it's a cannon wave timer as well. This wave coming in the 13-minute timer, that's a cannon wave timer as well. So everything's lined up for you. The only thing that's not ideal is that you have money to spend, but it doesn't matter because you have your most important items: level 9, ulti, and eclipse. Yeah, yeah, it's really important to make things consistent because it's a non-variable. It will happen no matter what, right? So playing around things that will happen no matter what makes things more controlled and less chaotic. Every 30 seconds, every 3 waves is a cannon. Close. No, because your the reason why is because your side laners right now, Link, are in base and their side laners are about to shove the wave. Unless it's very, very obscure, like maybe in some scenarios where you can engage on them. Sure, but getting mid pro is fake because look what's gonna happen to your side lanes. They're gonna push in, then what effect happens? Both these guys need to catch the wave. So what happens in the middle? 3 vs 5, right? Because they're gonna collapse in while your laners are still catching the wave. That's why I emphasize a lot how mid pro is very fake. Side lane push is what matters much more than mid lane push in mid game. Unless there's no teleports, no globals, whatever. Like yeah, you could technically just run it down mid, but eventually you're gonna have to deal with the side, right? Which is a bigger problem than mid wave. Because mid wave, anyone can come. Like it's the middle of the map, so it's the easiest place to rotate to, right? But as a rise, you do not want to be cross countrying into bot side if you know ideally. Whereas if you're at wolves, of course you can just go mid. If you're at golems, yeah, you can go mid. But if you're at golems, why would you want to go to grump, right? So this is like good, but As long as you're keeping in mind the goal is to get side lane push. So you kill this guy, but then you should be pinging the wave straight away and then getting pushed on the 2 lanes, right? Because ultimately, like, if you cannot push waves, you cannot advance the game. Let's say, you know, you kill them all here, but then all the 2 mid and bot waves in. Doesn't You don't really achieve anything besides gaining gold. Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. It's just something to keep in mind. Like, you still ganked bot before on the cannon wave 13 timer bot. It's when it's what happens when, you know, Veigar is able to push the wave before you get there, and then you gank him. It's a lot different, right? The value of the gank. I mean, that's just a skirmish. Like, this is how you know you're losing the game, when you have 3 lanes getting pushed in. Do you see what I mean? Not the score. It's not the score. It's not, I don't know, item differences. It's this. It's like it's like if you're versing an O10 earlier, but he saw killed the guy and he's pushing the wave in and threatening, you know, the tower, right? Exactly. That's like the extreme example. You guys get a kill, but no gets bot tower. Get push out top. Yeah. Oh, that was good. I mean, yeah. You only got one passive proc, but that was good. Good hold by you. Yeah, you can't. Well, the thing to recognize here is the temper. Like, one thing I learned from my trip in Taiwan versus, you know, really good Asian players is you can play greedy if you want, but if you always keep tempo and always keep your turn, they're eventually gonna make a mistake. So here you can technically go tier 2 and dragon, but you can also just choose one and get and then keep your turn, right? So the next scenario that comes up, you're gonna have tempo on the wave or on in the area. You're gonna be on the map first. So if you can look for this, it's pretty good because it makes the game less about outplaying them. Yeah, I think it makes the game less about skill, or like less about outplaying them and more about they have to do something to come back in the game, you know? Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, no. we need to we need to use the back pings. Like this won't. The thing is we're overvaluing this like whatever we're gonna get here for the next turn. So think about it like this: even if you don't die here, what's gonna happen is you have to walk all the way to base because they will chase you down. And then you're gonna split up, someone's gonna randomly get caught and die, and now they can push into your base instead of just keeping your turn, like we talked about before. Just getting what you can get without having to risk loss of tempo, and then keeping your turn. Yeah, like this is exactly what I predicted. Now, if they troll, now you get your turn back, right? Yeah, I mean, this is every fucking solo queue game when there's a lot of kills, right? People make a lot more mistakes because they don't read the tempo properly or how much time they have. Whoa, okay. Nice. Probably the Vega midwave, like he's got so much CDI, can probably has like 5 second W. Probably hard to end unless you can dive him. Oh, nice buffalo. All right. Anyway, first thing. I mean, not yeah. First, yeah, for sure. The waves. And we talked about taking one turn, but on your offensive sequences, just making sure you do one thing and keeping your turn. But the main, I guess, the main thing I want you to work on is the first thing. Whatever you do on your offensive turns, I want you to think about generating push. How you're gonna generate push on a lane. The gank, the dive comes after, right? I think that's what I want you to work on, and then and next review you can tell me how that goes. But I think that should be your main focus.